Hi everybody, my name is Lisa Abbey and I'd like to welcome you to my home. This channel talks about a little bit about cross stitch, a little bit about quilting, a little bit about rug hooking, wool applique. There's quite a few things that I like to do. So far I've been really strong on the cross stitch this last couple of weeks and have quite a bit of things to show you, so I hope you enjoy your visit. Just wanted to mention how much I appreciate everybody coming and listen to me ramble on about stuff that gets me happy. I appreciate the subscribers and all the lovely comments that people have left. In the past, I have just uploaded videos from my phone, which means that I can only do a 15-minute segment, and I still don't know how to edit, and I don't have a computer. So I've just been sticking to 15 minutes. But I find that I feel like I'm rushed. I feel like I can't elaborate on anything. Can't even take a deep breath without, watching the clock. So I've decided, I've watched Kathleen from Kathleen's Trodden Trails, and she just does little segments, and then she does a part 2 and a part 3, or however many it takes to talk about what she wanted to talk about. So I thought I'm just going to try that this time and see if that makes things a little easier. If not, we'll go back to the 15-minute, and maybe you don't want to spend more than 15 minutes hearing me rattle on. We'll see. Okay, so I thought I'd show you a little bit about what I've been finishing up. The first thing is a Buttermilk Basin pattern. Now I started this, I don't know, 2 years ago. And I think it's called With Thy Needle. And it's just a cute little wall hanging. You're supposed to hang little strawberries, fabric strawberries, which I didn't go into that elaborate bit. But this section here is interchangeable. So I think I showed it before, and I had the bunny that I had started with. And so I finally got the fall one finished up and put on there. And I finally got my buttons sewed on. So I believe it's ready to go on the wall. I'm at record speed. I did finally get a little backing put in there so I can hang it. So I think it's destined for my pantry, which sounds kind of weird, but I think that's where it's going. I'm running out of wall space, people. I need to either go up or something. Okay, then I also talked last week, or my last video 2 weeks ago, about finishing another Buttermilk Basin block. And so it's just the truck with some pumpkins in the back, little barn, super cute. So I got it finished. It's going to go under my little table display here. But anyway, I got the borders put on it, and I just did some really minimal quilting on it. Maybe someday, if I have nothing else that I have to quilt on, maybe I'll do a little bit more in the background. But for right now, it's going to be covered up with a bunch of different items on this tray anyway, so I was glad to get that finished. I talked about doing another project bag last time. So I got on Primitive Stitcher's videos, and I watched her tutorial about a project bag, and I really enjoyed it because I had some directional fabric, and I wanted the chickens and roosters to be upright instead of like when you go to flip over by the zipper, they would have been upside down. So I did the type of tutorial that would have a little insert here. Really enjoyed it. I made the inside just a little cream fabric. But anyway, so that I think I'm going to continue doing that tutorial. Somehow it seemed a little bit easier on my brain. So I have some more ready to go on that. But I'm just curious, if anybody does that, what do you use for your like the zipper pull thing that people decorate with. I bought some cute beads, and I bought some kind of wire stuff that was in that same aisle, but it was too stiff. It, it didn't dangle or anything pretty. So I just used multiple layers of monofilament because I thought, well, that way it'll dangle. And I thought if I used enough thicknesses of it, I would be okay. But the one I made broke. So if anybody has any tips on what you do with that, I'd appreciate some comments, because I have pretty beads, but I'm not sure what to use to hook them on. Do you use that stringy elastic stuff? Anyway, I could use some help there. Okay, so on the last video I talked about Olga's Tart by Plum Street Sampler. And so I got it finished up. And like I said before, I wasn't real crazy about the colors that I picked for my moon. But anyway, I love the way it turned out. I got the tart pan at my local L&S, Little Creek Needleworks. And so I just put a little bit of wool on the back of it. I haven't hooked it with a magnet or anything, and I plan on doing the other season, so I don't want to glue it in. So I just have to kind of be careful and hold it. But I think it turned out super cute. And what I did is I took some sticky board and I cut some layers of Warm and Natural out, and Patty had given me the tip from my local L&S that if I cut my circles graduating down to go on the top there, it kind of makes it bow out a little bit, makes it a little poofy. So I put that on the front, and when I used sticky board, I put the sticky part on the back so that I could just keep repositioning how it was. I don't know if I misunderstood but I used to put the sticky part on the stitch side, and then I'd use hot glue on the back. Well, I hate using hot glue because I always burn myself and I never get it to exactly where I want it to go. So I put the sticky part on the back, which maybe that's how you're supposed to do it. I don't know. Leave a comment. But I found that if I put that sticky part on the back, which is probably what it's supposed to do, I can just keep repositioning until I get the edge real smooth. But real excited about how she turned out. I did a little Lizzie Kate a while back, and I found a little tart pan at the thrift store for 25 cents. So I spray painted it flat black. And of course it's not in with a magnet yet either. But it turned out kind of cute. So it's ready to go out. I had ordered a pattern from Sabrosa Designs on Etsy, and unfortunately it's on my phone, so I couldn't show it to you before when I talked about it. It was the one that I thought was coming in the mail, and I had it all along. So I started it after the video, I believe, and I've already got it done. So super quick stitch. I think it's on 36 count caramel macchiato. I forget the name of the lady that does it. Let me see here. Designs by Stephanie, I think. Let me look here. Yeah, hand dyed by Stephanie. So I did the same thing with the sticky board this time. I put one layer of Warm and Natural on the one side, and then I put the sticky side on the back and just kept going and pulling and tugging until it got straight. And Esther was really nice. She sent me my letters for my my initials so that I could put them on there. But super cute. I found the little lace trim at the thrift store for, I think it was like 50 cents, something like that. It was just a little bundle, and I had enough to go around it. Used an old button. And then this little pan I found at the dollar store the other day, it was silver, and it was in their party supply stuff. It's, I don't know, it's some kind of metal tin something, but it was 99 cents. So it was shiny silver. So I spray painted it flat black. But I just love how it turned out. I'm thinking I'm going to attach some kind of hanger and just hang it up on the wall. But I like the way that turned out. I've just been a finishing machine. So those are my fully finished projects. So I do have some finished stitching projects. The first one is a freebie off of Pinterest. And I believe it said Debbie C on the bottom of it. But that's about all I know. But if you want to look at my Pinterest, you can find it in there. But it's super pretty. I did it on, what is this? I think it's some kind of a 36 count something or other. And I did it 1/2. I just love how it turned out. I had asked on my Instagram, I said, so what should I do with this thing? And somebody said to make it into a needle book. So I liked that idea. I wish I was going to look back and see who had told me that. But so I took your advice, and I think I'm going to make it into a needle book. I've never made a needle book, and I don't have any directions for one that I know of. So I don't know, I think I'm going to wing it. But I love the way it turned out. I think 1/2 is my new thing. I don't think I will ever go back to just stitching with 2 threads. To me, it just seems bulky. And when I look at this, I just think that is just so dainty and pretty. Love it. So that was a quick stitch. I think I did it in a couple, 3 evenings, something like that. Anyhow. Okay, so when I was at my local L&S the other day, she had a pattern by Plum Street, My Pretties. So I saw this little Altoid container that she had on the counter. Super cute. So I had, what is this? I think it's a 36 count. Shucks. What's it called? Doesn't matter. So I stitched her up. Actually did 1/1 for the My Pretty part, which was giving me some fits, but I've persevered. I just love her little hair. It's just like a little crazy outline stitch you do for her hair. So you put this on top of an Altoid container. So I'm going to go buy that today and paint it up and hopefully have that ready to go next time. But I just thought that was so cute. All right, so I'm at like 13 minutes, and so that I don't go over, we're going to go to part 2. So hope you come back and join me. If not, thanks for stopping by, and hope you have a great day.